Although small wagons have been upstaged by small crossovers, they still appeal to a discerning few who want passenger car handling plus a little extra cargo capacity without adding the higher center of gravity and additional mass that goes with the CUF. It doesn't hurt when the small wagon looks distinctive, either, a particularly strong suit of this not-so-mini Mini Clubman. While it essentially qualifies as a traditional wagon, its styling doesn't resemble anything else. And it stands out against the flock of CUFs of similar size and price, including its sibling, the Mini Countryman. Wagons are about practicality, and in this second-generation Clubman that factor has been enhanced by a switch to 4 conventional side doors rather than the previous arrangement that featured a rear-hinged half-door on the passenger's side. The rear side doors provide access to a much roomier rear seat area, a function of the longer wheelbase by almost 5 inches and stretched body shell. Sharing its firm foundation with the new Mini Cooper hardtop and the BMW X1, the latest Clubman is more than a foot longer than the first generation and 4.6 inches wider. There's also a lot more cargo capacity, 48 cubic feet with the rear seats folded forward. The only dimension that doesn't change significantly is height. At 56.7 inches it's only 0.3 inch taller than before. The mass factor, the downside of bigger and roomier, is heavier. In our evaluation of a 2009 Cooper S Clubman with an automatic, the test subject weighed in at a tidy 2,937 pounds. This second-gen version is heftier by 415 pounds. Weight is the enemy in every area of vehicle dynamics, and more than 400 pounds is a load by any standard. The Cooper S Clubman compensates for this prodigious gain with a new 2.0-litre turbo 4-cylinder that makes 189 horsepower, versus 172 for the previous 1.6-litre turbo. The earlier Clubman still has the edge in its power-to-weight ratio, but the new model manages to sprint to 60 miles per hour a smidge quicker, 6.6 seconds versus 6.9. The substitution of a new 8-speed automatic in place of the previous 6-speed undoubtedly contributes to this element of the Clubman's performance, which is as brisk as its primary competitors, the Volkswagen Golf Sportwagen and the Fiat 500 litres. The shifts are quick and fluid in full automatic mode, and they're even quicker when the transmission is operated manually. Speaking of manual shifting, the standard gearbox is a 6-speed stick. More impressive than the new Cooper S Clubman's quickness, however, is its blend of agility and slightly improved ride quality. Mini has long ascribed go-kart handling to its offerings, and the new Clubman maintains that tradition. The electrically assisted power steering is quick 2.5 turns lock-toe lock and accurate. The car's response is athletic, body motions are minimal, and grip, delivered by a set of Biley Cincerato P7 tires size 22,540, is tenacious at 0.87 grams. Okay, all of that is pretty much what you expect from a Mini, particularly an S model. But typically what comes along with all this mininess is flinty and unyielding ride quality, partially due to another Mini tradition, run-flat tires. This Clubman's Biley's are still run-flats, and the ride is by no means cushy, but in this case the chassis team has dialed in just enough compliance to somewhat smooth the rough edges of nasty pavement, expansion joins, and even minor potholes. The lengthened wheelbase and the additional weight contribute to this improvement. While the Clubman's greater mass doesn't seem to inhibit its agility much, it does take a toll in braking. The 2009 Clubman S stopped from 70 miles per hour and 160 feet. The new Clubman's stops were 9 feet longer, although it suffered no brake fade and pedal feel is above reproach. Predictably, a bigger engine and a bigger vehicle add up to diminished fuel efficiency, but not by much. The previous 1.6-litre Clubman was EPA rated at 23 miles per gallon city, 32 highway. The city rating increases to 24 for the new car, with its 2.0-litre engine, and the highway figure jumps to 34. We averaged 27 miles per gallon. optional blues. The interior also has undergone a major makeover, distinguished in this test car by a set of raceworthy bucket seats clad in snazzy blue leather. That brings us to the subject of money. Like other minis, the Clubman's base price, $28,500 for the S version, isn't likely to provoke coronary arrhythmia. But also, like other minis, there are many tempting options, and our test subject was loaded with most of them. For example, those blue leather buckets, officially Chesterfield Leather Indigo, add $1,750. The Sport package, including 18-inch wheels, is $1,500. For the Premium package, including a giant sunroof, add $1,800. The Technology package, which includes navigation, tax on $1,750. Add another $1,750 for the 8-speed Sport Automatic. Before long, you're perilously close to 40 grand, and our test car didn't even have the Clubman's newly available all-wheel drive. Still, this bigger mini wagon is a very appealing package. Minor nits include rear seat head restraints that inhibit rearward vision, which is further diminished by those dual, side-hinged cargo doors. And the rear wipers clear only about half of each rear pane. But it's far more useful than its predecessor, and far more comfortable, too. Add one of the highest levels of front tow drive in the class, plus Mini's carefully nurtured persona, and you have a small wagon with big appeal.